Greetings and welcome to Solutions for overcoming resistance to change. Today I'd like to share with you the first step to overcome resistance to change, because regardless of the guidance we receive in our lives, if we are going to resist change, we will procrastinate and remain stuck. I also will reveal a secret to change that can help you make more elegant changes in your life. Now, when I speak of the term elegance, obviously I'm not talking about a fashion statement. I'm talking about the scientific term of elegance, which basically means the least amount of effort applied for the maximum results. In our world today, people are demanding change. Not only Americans, but our world is open now to change like never before. And it's interesting that the new president has been elected and that those changes are being implemented now, that those same people that were demanding change are resisting or fighting the changes, because it's natural for us to reach for change, to desire change, and at the same time to resist, to recoil from change. And what I've discovered that has helped me understand why that takes place is that there's different parts of our personality, different parts of our nature. Our soul wants to grow. It's here to evolve, to challenge itself to become more. It wants and desires change, and at the same time we have an ego. And the ego part of us wants to protect us, wants to make us safe, wants to be in control. It wants to know everything that's going to happen before it happens so it can make a decision based on a guarantee, which there are no guarantees in life. But the ego will hold us back. And so the first step to overcoming resistance to change is first to be conscious that there's going to be natural resistance in all of us, and that there's nothing wrong with you for resisting change. That it's just a part of your personality that's trying to make you safe. And what I discovered, and that's part of this secret to overcome resistance to change, is that what the ego resists really isn't the change itself. It's what the ego and all of us have to go through in order to create change. And that is all change. Regardless of its nature, positive or negative, all change produces chaos. And it is the chaos that the ego resists. And if we can begin to mature and change our relationship to chaos, we can begin to harness the power of change. Because as I mentioned, positive or negative changes produce chaos, meaning, getting married is chaotic, getting a divorce, starting a new job, or losing your job. The nature of change is that it is always accompanied by chaos. And if you can learn to dance with chaos, if you can learn to relate to chaos, you can harness this force of change and create change more elegantly in your life. Here's what's important to learn to do. As you're becoming conscious of the chaos, you can decide, what am I going to contribute? What am I going to bring into the chaos of this change in my life? Am I going to bring into it my fears and my doubts? Am I going to bring worry into my chaos? Because what I bring into chaos is going to affect the outcome of the change. And likewise, when I'm conscious of chaos, if I can bring hope, if I can bring trust, if I can bring a vision of my future, of where I'd like to end up, into the chaos, I can lift the chaos to a higher octave, creating more positive outcome to the changes that I desire. It reminds me of an experience that I had a few years back. Actually, it was 1997. I was hired to speak on the West Coast in California, and I remember I was supposed to speak on Father's Day. Now, I'm an inspired speaker, so I'm very good at tuning into the audience and bringing a message and delivering information to those who need to hear what I have to say. And even though this topic was new to me, I was all of a sudden on the airplane flying to California from Florida. And I remember it was like halfway through the flight, and it was almost like my ego stood up and started beating on its chest like Tarzan. This wave of anxiety hit me and this dread. And I was like, oh my gosh, tomorrow morning I've got to speak to this whole congregation that is a pretty large-sized church about a topic I've never spoken on. And this anxiety flooded me. And then I took a deep breath in and I thought, okay, let me remember the love. Because I was in the midst of this chaotic energy, and I thought, let me remember the love of sharing information that I love to do when I go speak with people and when I connect with people in private consultations. It was as if the fear was pulled out of the chaos and the love was infused inside of it. And suddenly I started getting excited about speaking in the morning. The anxiety and dread totally drained out, and I started feeling enthusiasm and excitement. And then for the next 45 minutes of my flight, I took my notepad out and I made a couple notes. Information flowed through about a beautiful outline that I could cover and share with the audience. And it was just a good example of how you can shift and change an experience by being conscious of your relationship with chaos. So I want to thank you for this opportunity to share with you a little bit about solutions and myself, and also a secret to overcome resistance to change.